I'm Jennifer Donahoo, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about our district report card. This is Nichols-Lawson Middle School report card, and this came from the Alabama State Department of Education. And we actually get a grade from A to F. So this is from 2015 to 2016. All right, if we're looking just at Nichols-Lawson, this is the learning gains. And if you look at the three different, state is in the orange, district is in the blue, and school is in the purple. So our state was 89%, district 92%, and school at 93%. So if you see, we're above the two levels in the learning gains. My focus today is mainly on reading. And so if I rounded this up, in reading with our learning gains, we had 93%. And if we're talking about learning gains here, it's determined on individual students who demonstrate improvement in reading from one year to the next, using multiple years of data. All right, so if you look here, we're still above out of the three areas, the district and the state. Now let's look at our next one, student achievement. Student achievement, we are at 62%, again, which is still above the district and the state as well. In reading, as you can see, student achievement is where we drop a little bit here. So here for reading, we're at 59%, but just to let you know, our math was at 66%. But the reason for the student achievement difference is it's determined based on percentages of proficient students in the area of reading, utilizing like the state test with ARMT and Aspire. All right, then we have our local indicator, which is 85%, and we scored a little bit lower here. But for our local indicator here, we worked with our CIP, and our district had 100, and then our state doesn't have anything. But local indicator is with our CIP, but with our data that we're talking about, we talked about our STAR data for our local indicator. And I'm just talking to you a little bit about what our STAR data is at the beginning of this year, and then what it was in December. So for our 6th grade, we had 32 students, which was 21% benchmark, 19% for 7th grade, and 13 here. This was August data. Our December data, we have 22%, 17, and 16. As you can see, at this point, this is still our main area. So if we went back and we looked at that 80, why we made a B right here, our growth from this part right here, we're not seeing the growth that we're needing to. But if you go back to our Spire, we're seeing some growth there. Our graduation rate, now this is from just our system, from the high school. We're at 90, the district's of course at 90, and the state is at 89. But we're pleased with that. We would love to see 100%, and we're moving towards that area. But now let's compare us a little bit between different systems in our area. And if we have our state of Alabama, which made a B, Sylacauga City Schools made a B, but right next to us is Talladega City, and they came out with a C, and Talladega County came out with a B as well. But I'm going to step over here for just a second. For our poverty, we're at 54%, and if you look at the city, they're at 83, so it's a good jump, and then the county's at 71. All right, and if we go a little bit further, I'm going to go here to our learning gains, 92. But the city that came out with that C, they're at 76, but they were able to maintain as a 90 there. So compared to different districts, we're still doing pretty well compared to our area in Talladega County. We also have the highest here, but of course we have a lower number of poverty, but also a very much smaller school system. The one that we can compare the best is Talladega City and Sylacauga. All right, so if we're looking at this right here, we have the A, D, A, and A. Our achievement area right here, this is where we're going to focus. This is what we're going to talk about. Who are we going to move and why are we staying at this level right here? But again, compared to the different cities, we have the, in this area of our area, achievement area, the Sylacauga City actually made an F in that area, and then the county actually made an F in that area as well. So we made a D, so we're one step higher than that compared to the areas, the surrounding schools. Okay, now let's look at our demographics for our district. We have the American Indian, 24, Asian, 12. This is our African American, 912. Multi-race is 22. And then our other 5, and then our white here. With that being said, this is one of our focus areas and where we want to drive different things. And what I want to talk to you about is our main focus in our area here is we've got to meet the needs of our students at K2. And if we're talking about K2, we've got to have high quality teachers. Because as you saw before, we were at 54% in poverty. So that's our big area of push right there. That's where I think that D is coming from. We are probably getting that growth even from our average students and above, but we got to see that push from our poverty and above. So, with that being said, our main focus is we have, for teachers, we've started having reading meetings, and with the reading meetings, that is, we're trying to meet the needs of every student. And at our last reading meeting, we actually had one student that's now in the 6th grade share his story of him actually being able to read. And it brought tears to the teachers K-12, because we can make a difference in whatever grade they're in, and that's what we're trying to do here in Sylacauga City. Our current demographics are here. Again, I just want to start at the overall totals down at the bottom. As you can see, we still have more here. We have very few in these areas, and then our African American here. So, with that being said, our state funds is where we get mainly most of our money. We have Title I. We have Title I because of that 55% of our poverty. We have local funds, and I think that's one thing that really makes a big difference compared to us from Talladega City to Sylacauga City, is that local funds that we're able to get. Compared to other school systems too, with the help of our local funds, we've been able to build a new stadium. We've been able to move our central office to a new building, and we've been able to update different schools, especially the high school recently, but we just recently got the new football field. So that's exciting, and that's bringing more and more people into our community, which will continue to help our local funds as well. With all of these things being done, we're continuing to grow in this area right here. If you think about, well, in Talladega County, they're already 1-to-1 with computers. So at this point, we're striving to be 1-to-1. We're going through an EMITS grant at this point, and right now we have our 7th grade students that they have the computers, and with the EMITS, we talk about high quality instruction with our technology. And then it's talking about that authentic learning, and then those collaborative learning communities. And with that being said, we're going to turn it around 3rd grade to 12th grade next year. But we need all 4 of those pieces in place for it to work and to meet the needs of all students. So, we have gone through, well, this year it's gonna be 90 hours worth of training to get this into place. But again, like I said, we have students that are already telling their stories. We had 2 other students that told their stories to the community that came in just last week, and they're sharing about what all they're doing on the computer. How is it helping them learn? Why is it making a difference? And to hear students tell their stories of how it's helping them, it just reaches out to every person in the community. Also, we have veterans teachers telling their story to the community, and you know, we're not sitting in rows. The teacher's not standing up lecturing the rest of the time. The students are doing the work. They leave tired. They're using their brain. They're really thinking deep, and they're loving it. And then the teachers, when they share their story, they're excited about their new learning. And that's what we're trying to get K-12 here in Sylacauga City. So in the future, next year, we are going into, we'll have computers 1-to-1, and that should make a difference in our system for all of our students. We're going to meet the needs of everybody. Another goal that we're going to do is parent engagement. And we're going to make a variety of times so that we can reach every parent that may be working 2 jobs, that can't come during the day or can't come in the evening. We're going to make times for them. So we'll have several sessions throughout the week. When we did our kickoff for the computers, we pretty much had 90% of the parents come in to sign their form to check out their computers. And in our area, that is fabulous. Technology is going to be our huge piece, our school improvements in the area, and it's meeting the diverse needs of every student. So we have internet now at the stadium, which is going to connect to the areas where the kids may not have internet. They can go to the stadium to get it there. We have different restaurants getting us involved so that they can share their Wi-Fi with everyone. So once we get this rolled out, we even have the rec center and the rec fields. They're providing internet for our community. I think it's going to be awesome. So here, yes, we are trying to meet all the needs of everybody. And then Every Student Succeeds Act. This is our goal, as you can see. So we're working towards that. So in our future, I think that's where we'll be. We're proud for Sylacauga City Schools and college career community. And then here's my reference from where we got our report cards. And thank you for coming.